A journey started by 62 teams in October. Athletes with dreams of winning a national title. Battles fought here in Loughborough at a Super Series. Now just 2 teams remain. One packed full of northern grit, forged in the fire of a torturous Super League season, going above and beyond to avenge the pain of the loss in this match on this stage just 12 months ago. They're trying to break new ground to finally achieve the ultimate goal in junior English volleyball. They're no longer the new kids on the block. They're here to show everyone at the top of the English game that they're all grown up and ready to realise their potential. The other, steeped in history, claiming or chasing a historic three-peat in this age group. Their alumni litter the rosters of Final Four teams and top-level programmes beyond. Reloaded again, the magnetism of the setup, ready to create a new champion class. What began at a school in Essex has evolved into a volleyball finishing academy for the brightest young talents in the southeast of the country. A stunning 3-0 victory over the same opponents a year ago on this stage. They're now a roster reloaded and ready to continue the tradition. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sir David Wallace Arena on the campus of Loughborough University. This is the U18 Women's National Final. Leeds Gorse, the number 2 seed, attempting to break their duck and overthrow Boswells School, the number 1 seed. My name is Alex Chinnery. We'll be joined shortly by John Cornish, and we are ready to narrate a final that promises to be a cracker. It's JC's last day with Volleyball England today. He's finally stepping this side of the microphone again. I cannot wait to bring this game to you. We're going to start off with last season's champions, Boswells. Wearing black and red today, liberos in white. Their head coach, Darren Lewis, and so many of these players have been here so many times before. His team have won the last 2 U18 national titles, but this season is different. Alice Jagielska is gone. Kat Nezovic is gone. Scarlett Parkhurst is gone. This season, in come Tilly Hutton and Robin Clifford. Sarah Ewan stepped up at the libero position. Elisa Jarman has blossomed into a leader. And Yasmin Baptiste returns as the stoic rock on which this team is built. Their opponents' Leeds, the athletic potential is undeniable. Spearheaded by the 2-headed attacking monster that is Spain's U17 World Championship international perfection Uwagbo, and England's Nevza U19 hero Danny Chandu. Youngster Lauren Thorne might be the brightest setting talent this country has seen in a decade. They've been here before. They've won the national championship at younger age groups. They know what it takes. It's time for them to try and break the duck with this U18 championship. The club has gone above and beyond this year, with the U18 team making up the majority of their Super League outfit. The results have been rough. 0 wins, but a huge amount of experience gained. JC, you were at Super League Live at Leeds. You saw them go toe-to-toe with one of the best teams we've ever seen in the Durham Palatinates. How do you think that experience is going to help this team this year?
Well, firstly, thanks very much, Alex, for that exceptional introduction. Sorry for not listening to all of it. We have another stream going. If anyone wants to go and watch the under-15 boys on court 2, you have Urmston Grammar versus Richmond over there. But as you mentioned, Leeds with a tricky season in the Super League. They knew it was going to be tough. They're coming up against people that are taller, faster, more athletic, more skilled than them. But like you mentioned, they've gained that experience, and I think that's really shown in Super Series. And I think it's the mentality side of things. It's the physicality is also important, but it's the mentality that they've gone through hard games. They know that it's tricky, and when the going gets tough, they get tougher. And you've seen that, and they've played that. And I've been to all but one of the Super Series this year, and you see that. And the team morale, the team spirit on those games is exceptional.
And then we throw it over to the other side of the floor, and you look at Boswells, right, reloaded after losing so many pieces of that team that won a year ago. A lot of the core, though, is still there. Elisa Jarman stepped up. She was injured last year, had the ankle injury, had to play libero in the final. Yas Baptiste is still there, her final game in what is an incredible career for Boswells, MVP of the final a year ago. reloaded, brought in Robin Clifford, Tilly Hutton, both England junior internationals as well. How do you feel like this team has grown over the course of the year?
Yeah, I think, and you mentioned that as about Robin. Robin's been injured a couple of times as well in Super Series, and I think it shows the depth that no matter even if there's one or two players that are maybe out or maybe not firing, that Darren can look to his bench and call up those players that maybe aren't starters but know will make an impact when they come onto that court. And yeah, you mentioned Yaz there as well. Again, an exceptional player who's played at international level as well, and will go on and do really big things, and we'll continue to see her on a court in England or maybe overseas, but we'll always see her hopefully in the Super League next year. But yeah, it's always nice to see these players kind of grow, and you mentioned the additions of Robin and Tilly. Again, some great athletes have played. I know I've seen them kind of for the last couple of years throughout their career. Played with a couple of teams, played at interregionals together as well. And I think it's great that they've got that team morale. We always see their TikToks, and you probably see them as well, where they're mucking about in, like waiting for their games to start, chilling on the court, always having a laugh. But it shows that they love the sport, but they're great friends, and I think that helps.
I mean, I think it's a hugely underrated part of this final, right? On both teams, there's just some incredible characters. And I count myself really lucky having coached a lot of these athletes with the junior national team, that I've got to know them. I got to know them as human beings, and it's just some phenomenally great human beings on this court today. And they love to have fun. There'll be a lot of noise. There'll be some great celebrations out there today. And I'm really looking forward to seeing these two teams go head to head. Leeds, this junior Leeds team haven't been able to gel maybe as much as the Boswells team have. Yes, they've had half of this group in the Super League, but that has affected their Super Series as well. They haven't really been able to get this whole full team out for the Super Series. We even saw that at the last 6 years because Perfection was away with Spain qualifying for Eurovolley. How big of an impact do you think that could have, where, yes, a lot of this team has a lot of good experience, but do they have that experience of playing together compared to Boswells, who have played every Super Series together this year?
Yeah, I think that's a really big thing. And you mentioned it there, without Perfection at Super 6, it's tricky, but also one person doesn't make a team. You can't go to that. If there's a person there, and that's what we spoke about a little bit with Boswells, that you can't rely on one or two people to make an impact, because if you start setting that person all the time, it then becomes really easy to read. All of a sudden, if you know that you're always going to go to Tilly out wide, there's no point, because she's just going to get blocked, or she's not going to be able to get in. They're not going to be able to get into system. It's the same with Leeds, though. They can't always rely on Perfection, and it's great that they've got a player like Danny as well that they can go to. And like you mentioned as well in the intro there, Lauren Thorne, she's an exceptional setter, but she's also an extremely aggressive setter sometimes as well. We saw it, and I know we've mentioned it a few times, but that set against your girls at opening weekend, where it went behind her, caught everyone cold. But it was a great thing to see that she was happy to go against that on a big stage here. And I think that maybe is where Leeds might have the slight edge, that they've played now at that higher level, but they've also been here before. Boswells have been here, obviously, for Super 6 and Super Series, but Leeds have been here on the Terraflex, and we mentioned it a little bit yesterday in comms, that the Terraflex does something to people's brains. And I don't know if you've seen that as a player, where if you've played on the Terraflex, or your players as well, that something happens in the brain that gets a little bit scarier, the court feels a bit bigger, the corners maybe a little bit deeper than you think they are, and anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does affect the athletes when they get to step on this court for the first time. It's so different that it does feel scary. But so many of the players on this team, so many of the players that are going to affect this final, have played on the Terraflex. They've played for England. They've played at international level. They're used to it. This group is ready to go. As we start our pre-match introductions. Just a quirk of the system here, having two courts. We are going to introduce all the players onto court and then have to take a pause while the court to our right gets introduced. We've got some things planned for the broadcast to make sure that you're not sitting there waiting during that time, but it is going to look a little bit strange. As we introduce our two referees to the floor, all female, or almost all female officiating crew today. Head referee, or first referee Fiona Cotterill, and second referee Amy Dimmock, two referees that have made huge strides this year. Fiona, we've had her on the stand in a couple of Super League games this year. really good, calm referee. And Amy is one of the brightest young refereeing talents we have in England. So I think it's really interesting that they've appointed this pair to the final, and I'm really excited to see the job that they can do.
I think it'll be interesting for Amy especially. She's been to quite a few of the junior events, so she'll know these players quite well. She knows the kind of how they'll be, how they'll act, making sure that everything's kept under wraps. Again, it's a final. Emotions will flare, but I think you've got one of the best refereeing teams to do that and keep those emotions under wrap.
Yeah, I think one of the best things about Amy is that she talks to these junior athletes like they're human beings.
Yes.
And I think that's one of the biggest pieces of feedback we've given referees a lot when we have them come in and work with the junior national team is these athletes know the game. They know what they're doing. They've got a lot of experience playing the sport. Treat them like human beings and you can get a huge amount out of them. As we await and get ready for the team announcements here.
You did mention noise earlier as well. Boswells always bring the most number of horns, drums, tambourines. I don't know what music department in Essex has been raided, but it has been raided and it is making a lot of noise.
Yeah, it's they love to bring the noise. That's been a tradition for a long time. Hey, here we go. Starting sevens to be announced then. We'll start off with the Boswells School and their captain, the MVP of this fixture last year, number 7, Yasmin Baptiste. Number 1, Tilly Hutton, England starting outside hitter at the Nevza tournament last year. Number 2, Robin Clifford, also featured in that England U17 Nevza team. Number 9, Eliza Jarman, one of the key outside hitters on this team, also an England international. Finally, number 10, Esther Adaseyan, another England international coming out on this Boswells team. Number 12, Harriet Lee, on the bench yesterday for Cambridge's National Shield win. And finally their libero, number 6, Sarah Ewan. Guess what? Another England international for the Boswells School.
It's a stacked roster. But it's also great to see that we have so many English athletes now that are playing in these big time games, that then when they go to things like Nevza, when we start looking at that CEV qualification as well, that it's not that fear of, oh, we've never been in this position before. They can now be here and they know that they can do it. And it's that belief in them, and you know that as a player, as we now introduce Leeds.
Yeah, the captain, number 11, Daniela Chandu. Guess what? It's another England athlete coming out. Charlotta Machinska, number 2, another outside hitter on this Leeds Gorse roster. Again, another England international. Christina Ngacha will be starting opposite for Leeds. England international herself. Liliana Kowalska, number 5. Setter Lauren Thorne, as you say, one of the brightest young talents in the country. Number 10, Rejoice Ayanagwa, middle blocker for Leeds. And then finally, Abby Wong, the libero. Huge calls from Leeds Gorse. Perfection Uwagbo on the bench. Super League team of the season, 24-25 at the opposite position. Is starting the game, not on the court. Okay, as we wait for the other court to get going, we're going to talk to you about our ones to watch in this matchup. Starting off on the Boswell side of things, it's number 9, Eliza Jarman. Yeah, the 18-year-old playing her final game of her junior career. She was one of the key players that I had on my England Nevza squad this last year. Just developed into a really steely, determined outside hitter. No one gets in her head. Really, really good in the pass, really stable reception unit, has evolved offensively to become a real threat this year. In the last sixes, absolutely dominated in the semi-final against Richmond, was the key player for Boswells in that moment. How she goes today in the pass and offensively is going to be massive to their chances. We flip to the other side of the court, and it's time to talk about Leeds number 11, Daniela Chandu. Actually going to start playing outside hitter today, not at opposite, but just an incredibly dependable offensive threat. Probably going to be the best offensive player on this court right now, given who the starting lineups are. Dominant attacker, can give her the volume and she's going to put that ball away. Nev's bronze medal game against Iceland had 50 swings in a 5-set game. Unfortunately, we came up short that day. She'll be hoping that they don't come up short this time around. A massive matchup between those two. In that bronze medal game, those two combined for over 90 swings, over 50 kills, and over 50 receptions. We just fell short that day, losing by 2 points in the 5th set against Iceland, short of a historic Nev's bronze medal. I cannot wait to see what they do on this stage today against one another.
Yeah, as Alex mentioned, the other court is just getting announced as well, hence the slight delay. As you can see on court 2, lots of Richmond fans. The boys are here later as well, and the girls in the under 15s and under 18s. There's a little walkout for you as well over there. If you want to go and watch that, that is also on the Volleyball England YouTube channel. We have Mikey and Shiloh making her continuing appearances on the Volleyball England streams. A big shout out to Shiloh. She is also running the broadcast on court 2. She has been exceptional working with all weekend and the whole time I've known her. Big shout out to all the volunteers as well this weekend. We've had, I can't even remember the number, but we've had a lot of volunteers. We've had ages from, I think our youngest volunteer this year is 7, all the way up to, I'm not going to name the oldest age because I don't want to embarrass them. But we've had some people that qualify for a bus pass, let's say that.
Hey, here we go. The referee pulls her hand in and we are off and ready to go. Yasmin Baptiste float serves over short onto Wong the libero. Leeds out of system, go to Ngacha, and it's a great swing from Christina Ngacha to get Leeds underway here in this game. Phenomenal deep corner swing. Leeds drop in, Machinska back to serve. Floats it on short onto Ewan. It goes to Harriet Lee, the opposite, and both opposites trading out of system cross-court kills to start this one.
It's good just to get those first points in though. They've both now got a point on the board. They're into that rhythm already, and then we'll see what goes from there.
Hutton serves down the line onto Machinska. Set goes back to Ngacha again, and she swings that one long. Very interesting strategy for Leeds Gorse here. They've gone to Christina Ngacha over and over again to start this game, not to Dani Chandu. It's interesting to see where they go from here. Hutton serving down the line again. Machinska perfect with a pass. And Chandu now into the game with the kill down the line off the top of the block.
Yeah, just finding those hands, but also, as you mentioned, they went out to one side, now they switch it over. And that's that benefit of that Leeds offense. They can switch it up, and it's almost too hard to tell where they're going.
Yeah, Charlotta Machinska, if she holds up in the pass like she has done so far today, Leeds are going to be in with a real chance of winning this one. As Liliana Kowalska, who has a really, really solid float serve, just floats that one out to the side. If it's in, it can cause teams real problems.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned it much, but obviously yesterday we saw quite a lot of differences in the service with the temperature changes from kind of this morning when it was a little bit chillier in Sir David Wallace, all the way up to the evening when it got a little bit hot and sweaty. That ball moves a lot around as Boswells just disconnect there.
Yeah, tough one that I think that they're going to try and get these middles into the game as early as they can, open up some space for their pin attackers on the outside. Just not quite coming off there as Ngacha goes back to serve. Float serves deep onto the body of Hutton. Jarman scrambles to keep it alive and Boswells give a free ball back. Decent free ball pass in, they go wide to Chandu who swings down the line again and scores. It's going to be tough for the Boswells defenders if they don't start taking that line away from Dani Chandu. She loves that deep line swing from the outside.
Was some great hustle there, though, by Jarman. And then to run all the way back to front row. Unreal work from her already.
Ngacha float serves real deep on that one. That one floated.
Way out the back.
Long, long way out the back. Harriet Lee now returns the favour and floats a serve long.
Again, though, first serves for both. Just getting them into the game, getting their settings right, making sure they're in lines with the lights. I know it's the classic thing of you look up at the ceiling, where are you in the positioning?
Yeah, just get the adrenaline out as well. It is a national final. It's what you've been working towards all year. Baptiste tries to find Clifford on the slide, but nothing really doing. As Ngacha takes the out-of-system swing, and it goes way too long. These are going to be the interesting moments for Leeds. Both Chandu and Ngacha are in the back row now. Both of your top attackers are out of the offense here. Can Machinska hold up in these rotations? Thorne dumps over. Great scramble from Ewan and Boswells to keep it going.
Great to get a swing on that as well.
In system, Machinska off the block, and she gets the kill. I think that's going to be the really interesting thing today for Leeds, is how do the players that are kind of the second level of this team step up? Can they make a difference? If they're error-free, gives Leeds a really good chance of winning this game. As Rejoice serves into the net. 3 service errors for Leeds so far in this one. Clifford now back to serve. Serves onto Chandu, high on the body. Passes out of system, goes to Machinska, who swings high off the hands and deep for the kill. I've been really impressed so far by the offensive choices both teams have made. They've just been really smart swings, high off the hands, over and over again. It gives you a really good chance of scoring.
Yeah, they're not kind of going for the highlight clips yet. We saw it a bit yesterday with the Urmston boys. They were going for the highlight clips and maybe sometimes putting it into the net as Leeds just go long there. But they're playing smart. Lou said they're going for touches. If they're getting a touch on it, they're then being able to reset and recycle. And we're now point for point still, and at the moment nothing to separate them.
As a foot fault from Yasmin Baptiste there on the service line. Just struggling to get a little bit of a rhythm in this one now with these service errors. Of course, you have to make sure that your whole foot is behind the line when you serve. The lines are part of the court in volleyball. Machinska float serves herself deep onto the platform of Ewan. Finds Baptiste. Boswells get it over. It's a scramble on the Leeds side. Trying to play in transition. Jarman out the back row. Goes towards zone 1. Leeds not set defensively. And Boswells get the kill on a messy point. Elisa Jarman's first kill of the game.
That's one thing with Jarman especially, is she can work from that backcourt, which I know Chandu can do as well, but I think Jarman, when you see that, they normally run a pipe ball on that. As that just goes long. Again, maybe the Terraflex causing some issues.
I know both teams were here watching the men's cup final yesterday, and I think they've taken inspiration from the wrong part of the game.
Yeah, we love a missed serve in the men's game. But the girls, here we go.
Kowalska now back to serves, floats deep onto the platform of Hutton. Perfect pass, go to the middle, and Adesayan. Leeds playing out of system in transition. And Ngacha goes short. Pancaked up from Sarah Ewan. And a lift called, I believe, on Yasmin Baptiste as she puts that ball over. Lots of struggle right now. Again, just not neither team quite finding their rhythm and playing with some freedom. There's lots of tension in the bodies right now. Kowalska again, great serve down the line. Passed in well by Hutton. Goes to Harriet Lee, who's off-speed swing. Gets the kill, and Ngacha unable to get down and pick it up.
Was the first time there, though, that a team has a 2-point lead. Boswells close it back to 1, possibly bringing it level now with this serve.
Yeah, Adesayan in to serve. She goes short onto Machinska and gets the ace.
Can I claim that as my point?
I think one of the big keys today for the passers, we talk about it a lot. If you see the passers starting super deep, it opens up that short serve. If they struggle coming forward, makes life really, really tough. And now followed up with a deep ball onto the body. Machinska out the back row, and that floats just long, and Boswells have turned a 2-point deficit into a 1-point lead.
It was a very early call of out. It did look like it was dropping, but yeah, just outside onto the teal Terraflex.
Adesayan again. Float serve this time though into the net. And both teams tied up on 4 service errors apiece early on in this one.
But this is what we want finals to be. We want them to be tight. We want them to be close. I know we're early in the game. The thing that I think will be interesting as well is obviously the girls at junior level are playing only 3 sets. This is 5. Will the Super League experience of Leeds Gorse, okay, they've only been to a couple of times where they've been to 5, but will that kind of stamina help them out? As Boswells don't find the sideline, bringing it with Leeds a point up.
I think it's really interesting so far looking at the offenses of these two teams. Not a lot of balls have gone to the outsides. Both of these teams are outside dominant teams usually, and I wonder if that's just where the struggle is for the rhythm right now. As Hutton goes out the back row. Leeds play. Thorne can't get the kill. Rolls over the top of the 3-man block. Really, really smart swing that from Tilly Hutton. Her first kill of the game.
Yeah, Hutton goes power first time and then thinks, right, okay, take the speed off it, have a little roll, a little bit of a beachy shot. I know she'll probably be looking to play at Nevza in Bridlington in a couple of months' time. So maybe getting some practice in already.
Wong passes in, platform set from Thorne, and Chandu is just there and able to get the kill over and over again. Super reliable for this Leeds team. A year ago, Danny wasn't as polished as she is now. She's worked so hard this year to make sure she's really good at swinging on those outer system balls, really solid in the pass, and has blossomed into a great outside hitter. As that serve gets the ace on Eliza Jarman as well. We said that was going to be one of the key moments in this final, was whether Boswells' service reception unit could hold up. Chandu exposing it a little bit there. Head coach Darren Lewis doesn't look particularly pleased as he calls his team back in to the timeout huddle, whereas on the other side, on the Leeds Gorse side, those emotions way more positive. They've got that 2-point lead. I think now it's just about finding some freedom to play with. Both of these teams have got talent, but right now they just look a little bit shackled. Find a way to get some talent, some freedom in there to let that talent shine on this stage.
It can play both ways though, can't it? Because if you're up, the energy gets a little bit, maybe a bit too much, a bit too excited, start making silly errors or going for the highlights like we were talking about. Whereas on the other hand, maybe you're down and you go, right, let's regroup. And Darren's really good at that, getting the girls in. Doesn't say much all the time, will sometimes just go, right, okay, let's take a break, let's look at what we're doing, and then go in there. As that's an out-of-system pass now for Boswells, and that goes out the back. So no coach's point for Darren. Leeds now 3 ahead, the largest lead we've seen in this set.
It's a fantastic serve out of the timeout, just trying to blow up that left side stack. We call a stack is when the majority of the front court players here, all the front court players are on one side of the net. As out of system again from the pass, and Boswell's forced to put a free ball over. Thorne goes fast to Machinska on the outside. Dug well by Hutton, and point going to Boswells as Machinska just brushed the net on her follow through there. Reminder, you're not allowed to touch the net in the game of volleyball. Jarman float serves into the seam and Wong passes. Rejoice with the swing. Boswell's going to Jarman out the back row, and they just can't get anything going right now.
We saw it with Tilly in a couple of points before, but they seem to be using that backcourt attack a little bit more. I don't know whether they're just not getting in the right pass system to go out for their pins, but we'll see what happens. Again, 3-point lead for Leeds. Another deep serve coming.
Another service error long. I think it's really interesting to see. We've had very few aces in this game and lots of service errors. A lot of those service errors have been balls that have been served very, very high over the net, which tells me that the athletes are a little bit nervous to really go for their serves in the way that they want to. As Robin Clifford steps back, goes for her serve, flat low over the net, forces the ace from it. Really interesting play as Perfection Awagbo coming in the middle, it looks like. That is where she played for Spain in the summer at the FIVB U17 World Champs. She plays in the middle or on the right side for Spain a lot of the time, and she's a force in the middle of the court, so this is going to be really interesting to see. Clifford again, serving onto Wong, the libero. Deep, forces an out-of-system play. Free ball comes over. Boswells can play from here. They go to Adesayan, and she swings and finds that deep line.
Great placement there by Boswells. Absolutely pinpoint accuracy, tagging that back line. Leeds leaving it, maybe thinking it was going out, but yeah, just dips in.
Esther's a really smart attacker in the middle as well. She just knows how to find those angles really well. Great serve again from Clifford, high on the body, makes it really, really tough to pass. Boswells can play off the off-speed ball. Lee's swing comes off the block. Free ball comes back over from Leeds Gorse. Adesayan on the slide, off the hands to score. Boswells having a little bit of a purple patch here. Baptiste just opening up the offense a little bit, and it's really working for them.
Yeah, you mentioned that kind of smart attacking. They're going for the hands, going off the block. Just working well. It'll be interesting to see how Perfection comes into this game now, kind of halfway through the set, as that just drifts long. It'll be interesting to see with her playing in the middle. We've seen her play kind of almost every position this year in Super League. She's played opposite, played outside. Now she's in the middle for this game. How much of an impact can she bring will be the big telling point.
I wonder if she stays in the back row as well, potentially. She's a pretty good passer, so... Lauren Thorne missing the serve there. We're starting to see it starting to get tight, starting to get close at this point in the game. This is where the nerves will really start to kick in. Wong, perfect pass, finds Awagbo, and she finds the space beautifully to level this set up.
The biggest difference has been 3 points, and I think that shows how competitive these two teams are. Okay, yes, we've had service errors, maybe a few of those nerves, but I think it'll be interesting to see as we go into set 2 and set 3, what happens.
Hutton passes in system. It goes out to Lee, and she can't find the top of the block with that swing. Leeds back into the lead.
And Darren uses his second timeout. Interesting that it's only a 1 point lead, but Leeds went on a 2 point run there, so he may be just trying to stop the rot a little bit, maybe cut that momentum.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting watching the body language of both coaches here in the timeout. Darren being very, very calm, but delivering a very intentful message. On the other side of the court, Elaine Brown, very, very animated in that Leeds huddle, driving the energy, trying to really drive her point home for her team to understand. For Leeds, coming out and taking the first set would be key. It would be absolutely massive for them. Back now, Machinska back to serve, coming out of the timeout. Huge point here. Chance to open up a 2 point lead in the 20s. Serves down the line. Perfect pass from Jarman. They go to Hutton from zone 2. Wong out, and Gatcha rolls over the top. Boswells have to make a play here. Go to Adesayan. It's a great tip, but Leeds scramble it up and over, or they don't scramble it over. Abigail Wong volleying it into the top of the net. Huge let off there for Boswells. They level it up again.
Some great work by Leeds, just sadly not able to find it over the net tape. As Tilly finds the ace as well, and is that the momentum builder for Boswells as they get to the magic number 20?
Huge, right? You get a free point given to you by the opposition, follow it up with an ace, you can flip that momentum so quickly.
And look how huge that is with Leeds calling a timeout.
Suddenly this final feels alive.
Should we just play to 7? Bin off 25, play to 7 or 9, crunch points, 10 sets of volleyball.
There was an interview with Katerina Antropova, the Italian opposite, and she essentially alluded to this idea of, I don't really start playing until the score gets to 20. And it kind of is that way at the top level. You watch it, teams are very, very close, and then the top teams, they just pull away. It gets to 18-18, and the top teams just lock in and pull away. So we'll see if either of these two teams can do that here. Hutton serving deep again, but that one goes long. Definitely trying to push this Leeds team back, Boswells, and it's an interesting strategy. When Awagbo's in the middle, it's a great strategy to stop them being able to use her in that moment. Awagbo back now to serve, floats on to Serian. Perfect pass, they go wide to Jarman, first time in this set, and she tattoos the end line with an out of system swing.
Perfection, went to go for it, someone called it out, just leaves it. Again, it's just tagging that back line.
These two Boswells outside hitters, that is their first kill through zone 4 in this game. Adesayan, great serve, passed in, tip over the top of the block from Ngacha, point Leeds. We spoke about it yesterday in the Shield game. As soon as the middles are in on that serve, that tip over the top of the block has become really in fashion in this league, in this country, and that's maybe the Super League experience coming in.
Yeah, you've not got that natural defender on court. Can go for those kind of easier tips over the block as that goes into the net. And this is where, maybe as yourself as a coach, this is where it gets a bit frustrating, doesn't it? That you're so close in these sets now, and then you're giving away 3 points.
I think that's a real key error as well, because that ball landed in the bottom of the net. If it hits the net band, you don't mind. If it misses out the back by a foot, you don't mind. But in these key moments, you've got to make the team play. Lovely set out, and Jarman goes high off the hands to win the point. Wonderful, wonderful swing. Super smart set as well from Yasmin Baptiste. Know who your key attackers are in these key moments. Who do you trust to go out there and get a point? Forces a timeout from the Leeds Gorse bench.
That's 2 timeouts burnt very quickly from Elaine Brown there. Obviously, Darren used them quite a lot earlier in the set as well. Maybe Elaine's just trying to stop that momentum. That they're 2 points away now for Boswells, that they can take this first set. And like you mentioned, if Leeds can get that first set, it's huge for them. But if Boswells get that first set, it's that mentality. Is what will happen to that Leeds Gorse side? Will they get in their own heads? Will they start thinking about last year where Boswells took the first set and then ran on and took it 3-0?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is a really, really key point now. You've got to guarantee your serve here if you're Harriet Lee. You have to make Leeds play. You have to put the pressure on them. As we see a substitution here for Leeds as well. Fola Adelise is coming in for Rejoice Ayanagwa. Fola, an experienced, another England international, which is easy to bring off the bench, England junior international. Harriet Lee float serves in, makes a play, set to the middle is slightly underset, and Boswells now have set point here. Really key few points for them. They looked a little bit shaky in the middle of this set, but they get to the 20s and they're just able to ease away, as we spoke about.
Great serve, puts them under pressure, but now Boswells out of system and find the floor, and that is set 1 to Boswells. Big celebrations, a little bit out of system play there, and just able to kind of catch the defenders on their heels. Finds the floor, set 1 Boswells.
Really interesting, really cagey set of volleyball. Not loads. We saw the first 2 points of the game were 2 really nice, crisp, clean kills. We haven't seen that much good, crisp attack in play since. Both setters are a little bit nervous, they're a little bit tight, they're not quite setting the offense or running the offense in the way that they would want to. And we're not quite seeing that free-flowing game. Hopefully, now both teams can kind of relax a little bit and start to show a little bit more of their free-flowing side.
Yeah, like we always mention at these big events, it is that kind of big game mentality where you've got the crowd in, you've got the music playing, you've got the announcers. That first set, you're full of adrenaline, and it's now, as the coaches, you look at Nelson there talking more than Elaine is at the moment on the lead side. Nelson's one of those people that is a very level-headed, calm person no matter the game. And I've spoken about Nelson, especially when we did the Super League Live a couple of weeks ago. One of the most calm and genuine human beings, will always have a conversation with you, but will always talk to you on the same level no matter what. You could have just won a set 25-0, and he will talk to you in the same calm tone and keep the girls going.
I mean, he doesn't talk to me on the same level because he is 6'10", so I have to look up at him like a skyscraper half the time. But
hurts your neck.
Lovely, lovely, lovely guy. I agree. There's a huge amount of coaching talent and experience on both of these rosters. You look on the Boswells side of things. Andy Tuck there as the assistant coach has been around the game for such a long time. Both of his lads playing in the Super League next season. Ollie Tuck at Newcastle and Ewan with newly promoted Team Essex. And then this Leeds bench, Michael Lee, England's starting libero, there as an assistant. Nelson, Division 1 MVP last year, one of the best players in the Super League this year in terms of talent on there. Pete Makovsky, the head coach for the U18 boys final later on, and Elaine Brown herself has, as I say, been on this stage a number of times. Lots of great advice they're able to give to the athletes in this one.
And just looking over onto court 2 as well, Urmston have taken the first set off Richmond. It was 25-19, so very similar scorelines in both games. So it'll be very interesting to see. Urmston do arguably come in as the maybe stronger team, after also with some of their players playing in the under-16s yesterday, also playing today in the under-15s. It's also great to see that Urmston have one of the girls playing for them in the libero position. She was exceptional at the under-15s Super 6. Absolutely exceptional player. But it will be interesting to see what Richmond can do on court 2 as Mark Perkins and Stan get the crowd going for set number 2 here on court 1 as Leeds come out of the timeout. Boswells are very early onto the court. Is that a mental thing, Chinners, or do you think that's just that they're ready to go, let's get this game going?
Yeah, I think it is. They're ready to go, good, ready to play. Changes on the Leeds side and Gatcher drops to the bench. Awagbo comes in at the opposite position. Leeds fully going for this. Chandu stays, retains in as the P1 passer. Machinska in as the P2 passer now. Matching up rotationally with Boswells as well. This is going to be a really interesting.
And one thing we haven't mentioned that much, because she came onto the game a little bit later, Perfection's experience is way beyond her age. The experience that she's had of playing World Championship level volleyball, she is a huge person to have on this team and will keep the girls energised.
Yeah, she has the highest volleyball experience of anyone in the building right now. How many of us here have played in a World Champs? And, Danny Chandu unable to connect with a swing there. It just goes wide of the mark. I think Perfection's the key player here.
Ollie!
Esther Adesai and back to serve for Boswell. Serves deep.
Just to show us some stuff to do.
Abby Wong unable to contain. Now Boswell's play. Elisa Jarman out the back row. Strong swing deep into the corner at zone 1. Testing out Awagbo's defensive prowess early. Boswell's loving that back row pipe ball in this one. Just allowing Jarman and Hutton to see the court, find some space and go up and get the kill. Adesai again. Deep serve onto Chandu. Good pass. They go to the middle. One-handed block from Robin Clifford, one-handed block from Tilly Hutton, but she touches the net as she does it, and Leeds get on the board in this second set. Coach Darren Lewis protesting something.
Darren just loves to chat with the refs, I think.
He does love a chat. He is a chatty guy. So, Fowler serves down the line. Out of system pass from Sarah Ewan, set by Lee. Hutton swings deep to the corner, overpassed, and Robin Clifford puts the ball away for her first kill of the game. Now Baptiste back ready to serve. Phenomenal server in the final last year. Ace after ace after ace. She goes deep onto Wong, who gets the ball up, but Leeds are having a play in a way that they don't want to. Put it over onto the setter. Boswell's out of system. High ball out to Harriet Lee. She makes it Wagbo play defense there. Machinska out the back row is blocked, but Leeds keep the ball alive. Free ball over. Ewan passes up. Clifford with the swing, and her second kill of the game comes just after her first. Boswells take a 4-1 lead in this second set. and things are changing very quickly. Christina Ngacha coming in the middle now. Started the game on the right side, but like so many of these Leeds athletes, so flexible, so versatile in their positions. She now comes into the game in the middle, trying to affect it. Baptiste, float serves, Wong holds up in the pass, and Ngacha straight in and kills the ball to get Leeds a vital point back in this one.
As a coach, that's what you want to see, isn't it? As soon as you bring on your sub, instant impact, gets the point, gives you back the serve, allows you to start forcing problems for Boswells.
Thorne serves over short, good serve. Over pass from Jarman is not well dealt with by Daniela Chandu. Just some nerves creeping in, I think, in this part of the final. It's Danny's last final as well here. Desperate to come away with a national championship title, and maybe she's just feeling it a little bit right now. Hutton, float serve. Oh no, hybrid spin on to Tamara Don, who's on for Leeds at the libero position. Baptiste goes wide to Harriet Lee, and her swing block out gets a cheap point for Boswells. Their offense has come alive to start this set. 4 kills already in this one, and Yasmin Baptiste is creating one-on-ones exactly the way her coach would have wanted her to. Hutton back again, hybrid serve into the net.
It's nice to see them going though for that hybrid, putting a little bit more service pressure on, high risk, high reward, going for a little bit more pace rather than that float, trying to get that ball moving instead, just going over fast and hard.
Chandu, ball passed well by Sarah Ewan, goes to Hutton out the back row, and Tilly Hutton gets herself on the board. Really nice back row swings. A lovely set though from Yasmin Baptiste there. Leeds starting to load their block towards the outside. Setters going that way, reversing the momentum, getting the back row attacker in. Boswell's been really successful with that today. Clifford on to Don, who cannot stand up under that tough serve from Robin Clifford. Boswell's opening up a 5-point lead, and the timeout called by Leeds Gorse coach Elaine Brown.
Yeah, I was going to say that's got to be a timeout call by Elaine there.
One thing, Leeds very, very close in that first set to winning it. Roll the dice, make changes. Those changes haven't worked so far to start this. You have to be bold in these finals, but if you've played the team close, you've almost got there, maybe keep it a little bit more the same.
Yeah, it definitely shows in this set, as you see in this first timeout called really early by Elaine. Last time it was kind of at the 19-20 point mark when Boswells were just starting to get a little bit more momentum. Boswells have come straight out into this set, carried that momentum of taking the set off by 4 points clear. And they're now 5 points clear in this first set, and it's very different to that first set where we were seeing them, they were going point for point, maybe error for error, but then also a couple of aces dashed in there as well.
Clifford, great serve, overpass, put away by Esther Adesayan for her first kill of the game, second kill of the game, sorry.
Esther just working really well there, reading that overpass, just giving herself enough time so she doesn't come down into the net. As Clifford back serve off the net tape, Thorne out to Machinska, recycled.
Machinska there looking for high hands, misses deep into the corner, and suddenly this Boswell's block defense is suffocating the Leeds offense. They have to try and get a Wagbo into the game here somehow. They're really struggling right now though. Clifford, really great pass from Machinska. They go to a Wagbo. She tips over the top of the block. Well defended by Clifford. Out to Elisa Jarman, but she is housed by Perfection Wagbo there.
There we go. That's what you're talking about. You need to get Perfection into that game. She goes for the tip, but then gets up and shuts the door on Jarman.
It's a great effort from Elisa Jarman. She's trying to go block out. She's trying to play smartly there, but the block from Perfection was just what her name says. Ngacha serving. Good pass in. Lee with the deep free ball tip to kill. A really smart play. Ngacha a little bit confused coming onto court. so used to serving and going to play defense at one, didn't get to her position quickly enough, and Harriet Lee punishes her with that deep tip. Lee, deep serve. But now, Chandu, they go to Awagbo, who swings, block out of Eliza Jarman, and has her first kill of the set. Leeds 11-4 down here. Oh, sorry, 11-5 down here. Needs to start playing perfection. Float serves over onto the platform of Hutton. Goes out to Jarman. Great dig from Wong. Leeds not quite getting the connection that they need, and Charlotta Machinska unable to make that one work. Lauren Thorne just not able to make it work in the way she wants to today. As Jarman back to serve again. Serve short onto Wong. Leeds keep it alive, but they have to put a free ball over. Boswells out the back row. Eliza Jarman, block touch? No block touch. She misses wide to the left. Well, the left as we're looking at it, to the right as she sees. Machinska now into serve for Leeds. And she float serves into the top of the net. Tough moments for Leeds. You have to go back and get some break points to start closing this gap. You can't do that if you serve into the top of the net. Adesanya float serves onto Daniela Chandu, who gets back up and has the swing at tempo. Wonderful play from Dani Chandu there. The ability to go down, get this serve up and still get up and hit that ball at the right tempo. A middle background coming in to help her out there. Fantastic set from Lauren Thorne as well. Fowler serves deep onto Jarman. Boswell scrambling and they can't scramble it up. An ace for Fowler Allardyce.
Nice bit of momentum there for Leeds. Darren looking at Amy, maybe thinking about a timeout. He's got that 5-point lead. He's happy to let this go, but maybe if Leeds win this point, he'll call it. As that's almost another ace there.
Wonderful short serve, that is.
Useful serve.
Take advantage of it. Quick ball, Chandu tips, and Chandu scores.
And Darren calls that timeout.
If Leeds can open up the speed of this offense like they're trying to do, throw caution to the wind. It's not working playing cautious right now for Leeds. If you can play fast, you open up the spaces, you have the attackers to go out there and put this ball on the floor. You have to make Lauren Thorne feel confident, feel comfortable in these moments. We've seen on the big moments, she's not afraid to take a risk. We talked that the dump against us on opening weekend was fabulous, right? Let her be that player right now on the floor and she'll have a chance of getting you back into this game.
Just think about the highlights, girls. Come on. Get them on Instagram. I know one thing we've loved about Super Series and one of the rig regions, and Rich Williams has been a huge instrumental part of the junior development in volleyball in England. Bringing in Huddle and bringing in the ability for all games to be streamed at the Super Series gives them those opportunities, partially for the Super League, for the highlights, for the kind of stats and stuff like that. But also it allows the coaches and players, as Hutton goes across court, Clifford, my bad. And again, point for Leeds, out of the timeout, big celebration. But as we're saying, Super Series has really allowed us to allow coaches to view what the teams are doing and really develop that game. And you see that now in this game, that Elaine Browns and Darren have had those timeouts and they've been able to talk about what the game plan is. And they would have come into this game with a plan of how they're going to win it.
I actually think both teams came in with almost too much of a plan early on because the athletes didn't look comfortable. They looked like they were trying to act almost rather than play. Now they look like they're both playing, and that freedom is starting to come in and they're really starting to express themselves. Here as some confusion on the lead side. Baptiste float serves deep onto Machinska. Pass is just about in system as Dani Chandu gets housed by Robin Clifford. Huge block from the Boswells middle blocker.
Huge celebrations as well from the Boswell girls. Absolutely loving that one.
Clifford's really affecting this. She's now got a block, 2 kills and an ace in this set so far. Her coming to the party has opened things up for Boswells here. As Baptiste again, float serves onto Machinska. She holds up with a good pass. Ball goes to a Wagbo. Boswells playing in transition. Hutton on a weird angle, hits the line. Fabulous, fabulous swing from Tilly Hutton.
Timeout now for Elaine Brown. Darren coming out of that timeout, winning a few more points, causing Elaine, as Elaine goes off to talk to Lauren on her own. So Pete's taking the main group of girls. What do you think Elaine's saying to Lauren at the moment? Is it similar to what you just said, that you just let her play?
I think she's just trying to calm her down a little bit, make sure she finishes the set. One of the things, playing at speed, you can't let that ball drop inside, you can't set the ball too low. Allows the blockers to really get over and play. Right now, Lauren is just snatching at the ball a little bit with that little bit of nerves, that little bit of tightness in her body. Relax her out, let her breathe, give the ball enough height, but still play with that speed, with that vision that you have.
One thing I will say, I'm very happy we've got these headsets on, because every time I take my headphones off, it is very noisy out there, and I would not be able to hear you.
Wong shanks the first pass, and Leeds have to give a free ball over. Boswells need to make this count now. Sets too wide for Hutton, and she cannot get the ball over the net. The ball just drifted on her there a little bit, and Leeds get a let off and a chance to get back into this game. It is best of 5. All of the junior finals are best of 5, despite them playing best of 3 over the course of the season. Serve goes over onto Sarah Ewan. Great one-handed set, but Clifford can't quite put it away. Chandu, again, set just too wide for the pin attackers there. She tried to turn it back outside of her body, could only find the bottom of the net. As Tilly Hutton goes back to serve, this hybrid jump, float, slash spin. She just whips her arm over the top of it and is able to create some spin on the ball. She does, and it goes into the net.
A little bit too much spin, but again, she's going for that aggressive serve that when it has come over the net, it's maybe skimmed the net tape, it's caused them issues as Leeds, for Leeds, and I'm sure she'll go for it again. Darren will encourage it.
Oh, absolutely. Great serve from Chandu, but well passed by Sarah Ewan. They go to Harriet Lee, and she finds the corner. That's 3 kills now in this set for Harriet Lee. She's starting to really impact this game, making smart decisions again and just finding ways to put the ball on the floor. Chandu passes, set well by Thorne, goes to a Wagbo. She's blocked by Jarman, and Leeds can't get that ball over the net. Fabulous play from Boswells. They're just suffocating again, this Leeds offense.
And this is where Boswells really excel, and we've seen it in Super Series throughout the season, is when they get 4 or 5 points ahead, all of a sudden, it's almost impossible to catch them up.
Clifford, great serve, leads out of system, and Machinska can't find the top of the hands. She goes deep. Boswells hit the 20s with an 8-point lead here. And Leeds just not finding those smart swings right now. Clifford serves deep, it goes long.
As a coach, what are you looking for now? Maybe you think this set's escaped you. It's going to be hard to come down from this 7-point deficit with Boswells looking at how they are, where, okay, yeah, they've just served out, but there's been very few errors. There's been a couple of sets wide or anything like that. But what are you thinking now? If you're Elaine Brown, if you're her coaching staff, what are you thinking?
I'm trying to break the Boswells passing unit by going for my serve as much as possible.
I like that.
Christina did it there perfectly, exactly what I want to do. But Boswell's playing really well out of system here. Leeds scrambling, free ball goes over again. Lee passes it in, set to the middle, and Esther Adesayan with a wonderful swing. It's really hard to play against this Boswells team when Yasmin Baptiste is playing like this, right? Just so calm. I've never met an athlete that's as calm as Yaz is. You know, match points, having coached her a couple of times with England and with East, Like, she's just so calm all the time. She doesn't go high, doesn't go low, and when she's making smart decisions like she is today, their offense is so hard to stop. Owagbo serves, passed up well by Hutton. Go out to the outside, and Eliza Jarman is coming into her own in this game. Her second kill of the set, 5th of the match, and now Boswells maintain that 8-point lead as they look like they are racing towards a 2-set advantage in this national final. Jarman again on to Daniela Chandu. Ball goes to Owagbo out the back row. Now Lee goes out the back row herself, and that ball just floats a little bit long.
There's a little bit of hope there for Leeds, looking at each other when they both went for it, then went, let's leave it, and it just went out. There's always that kind of heart and mouth moment for the players when you kind of think, well, we're both going for it, oh, we both left it, please be out.
Yeah, Evie Haig coming into the game now for Charlotta Machinska. I think that's a smart substitution as well. Charlotta's had to pass a lot of balls today, had a lot of swings, get her off, reset, let her just play from here. Haig has this wicked left-handed float serve.
I was about to say, her serving is exceptional.
Yeah, puts Boswells out of system. Thorne goes up and Gacha. Oh, sorry, Chandu trying to play. As Eliza Jarman gets the chance to swing, but can't get that back row ball to go. Timeout, Boswells. Interesting.
Very interesting for having a 6-point lead, but maybe just to kind of ice the server a little bit. She's come in brand new into this court, brand new into the arena for today. I know she played a little bit last year in a similar position of having that serving sub, but it's just that thing of how do you get her to keep her calm, because we saw that left-handed serve down that line did not move. Well, it moved a little bit, was just straight over the net tape, and it's exceptionally strong, and we see her doing that throughout the season as well. So has Darren there played a blinder, or will this be another demon serve down the line?
Here we go, Haig again. Getting that left-handed float serve ready. It goes deep
cross
into the corner and hits the back line.
And you can see what that means to the Leeds girls. Huge celebrations with her. Comes back. Will she get another point?
Left-handed float, this time short onto Sarah Ewan. And Yaz Baptiste can't keep it her side of the net. Another ace for Evie Haig, and in comes Lily Frost here for Esther Hussein. Lily Frost, really good golfer. Way better golfer than Evie Uri, trust me. Very, very good golfer.
I don't play golf, so she's definitely better than me.
Jarman, great pass in, and Hutton goes high off the hands and wins the point. Just starting to see Boswells coming into this game as Frost goes back to serve.
Again, first serve of the day, just one ball in.
And it barely makes the net. Tough moments for Boswells. That lead now only 4 points.
They've snuck that up, haven't they?
Boswells. Leeds just closing. And that's exactly what you want to see as a coach. You're down 8 in the set in the final. You just want to ease your way back as much as possible. Aladis overpass from Boswells, and then Gacha puts it away for just her second kill of the set. Maisie Watson coming in now for Harriet Lee. Just gives a little bit of an extra passer into this unit.
Also, again, maybe just slowing down the game a little bit. I believe Darren's used both his timeouts. So maybe just slowing the game down a bit, putting more pressure on that server. The Boswells crowd really shouting and blowing their horns. That's a great serve.
Baptiste with the setter dump, and it's caused some chaos for Leeds, but they get the free ball back. Hutton makes the play. They go on the slide to Clifford, and it's a wonder swing down the line from Robin Clifford. She has come alive in this set. 4 kills, a block and an ace, and 0 errors as well. Boswells in control.
As they reverse that sub, Maisie sadly not getting a touch of the ball, but
not being allowed
not
to
being
reverse
allowed it.
Didn't get it in on time.
Darren having a little complaint, but
improper request, yellow card now coming out from the referee. And Darren just needs to be careful, complaining too much to the referees.
Now, the referee's just making sure that's put on the score sheet. Again, great work by all the officials this weekend, sorry. Baptiste goes back to serve.
It's short and it's an ace. A year ago, she caused this Leeds passing unit all sorts of problems with that float serve. And here it's taken Boswells to the second set.
1 point quicker than last time.
Absolutely. They are now just 1 set away from that historic three-peat in this age group.
Just a big shout out to Beth Willits as well, who's just come up. Did a great job at Final Fours. Has taken a little bit of a backseat with Rich Williams being the event director this weekend. But a great work by all Volleyball England staff. I can say that now because as of tomorrow, I'm no longer Volleyball England staff. And I can appreciate how much work and effort has gone onto it by, we mentioned the volunteers earlier, but refereeing staff, coaching staff at each team. You know how much it is, and it's such a great event. And I've now been part of 3 of these, and it's great to see so much of the volleyball community. You walk around and everyone's chatting with each other. There might be people that have not seen each other for 10, 15 years, or maybe they saw each other last week, but that's what we love about the volleyball community, that everyone will talk to you about volleyball, and they will talk to you about volleyball.
Yeah, I love the sport. I love the community here in this country. It's a special sport and a special community for sure. Really interesting. Leeds out there just doing some breathing, trying to just reset themselves, I think, a little bit and make sure they're in the best state possible to come into the 3rd set of this final. One of the beauties of this sport is that you're not out of it if you're Leeds here. Yes, you're 2 sets to none down, but your job hasn't changed.
Still got to win 3 sets.
You've still got to win 3 sets, and for Boswells, you have to mentally be able to reset every time, because it's another race to 25. And if Leeds go out and they come out and win this set, suddenly the fear starts to creep in for Boswells. And it's a real unique element of our sport that I don't think gets talked about or studied enough.
But just seeing how dominant that Boswells team were in that second set, you've got to put them as favourites now to, like you say, go on for that historical three-peat. But maybe those little breathing exercises from Leeds, maybe that chat with the coaches, as it's the same lineup that started the second for both teams as far as I can see. Just people tying their shoelaces. Slightly harder to see numbers, but yeah, I believe we are.
No. Leeds have made a couple of changes.
Ah, yes.
Awagbo goes to the outside.
Yes.
Here, and Gatcha back in at the opposite position, which is an interesting. Here it looks like some confusion there from the Boswells perspective, but
Andy Tuck just confirming that everyone's in the right spot. Darren as well with a couple of signals.
It's the most nerve-wracking thing as a coach.
Being out of rotation first point. Not what you want to do.
Getting that lineup sheet wrong, you hand them the set at that point. As another time delay yellow card, I think this time to Leeds for not getting their rotation slip in on time.
Some bad admin there.
Yasmin Baptiste Float serves deep, well passed up by Chandu. They go to Ngacha and she swings wide of the court. But given a touch off the block, I don't think that ball was anywhere near the block, personally, but...
I don't think the block, for me personally, I don't think the block looked like it closed up enough to get a touch, but...
We're also a long way away, and if
my
you've seen...
poor.
I was about to say,
You're
if you've seen
glasses.
the lenses in these glasses, I'm probably not the best person to make that call. If you ask my athletes, I'm definitely not the correct person to make that call.
I've watched quite a lot of your tape this year, and I've seen you complaining on the sidelines, and some of the complaints are very ungenuine. Some would argue here that ball don't lie.
If it was me, I would be saying that. I'd be muttering that quite loudly under my breath.
Darren's just looked up to me with a bit of a shake of the head. It's all right, Darren. It's only 1-1. You're 2 sets up.
Hutton, top spin, deep, and to me that looked long, but again...
To Leeds, it also looked long.
We have to go with the call. It's an ace for Tilly Hutton.
Elaine Brown's got her arms about a metre apart from each other.
I don't think it was that long, but it definitely looked long to me.
Slight exaggeration, but...
Who would do that on the sidelines? Hutton again, top spin. This one is definitely long and is called out.
Again, good old saying, maybe ball don't lie.
I love seeing that, though, on this stage, for an athlete to go back and throw that topspin serve up. We appreciate all of you watching along and jumping into the comments. Great to have you here with us on this Cup Finals weekend. Hutton with the perfect pass, goes to Jarman, she misses off the sidelines. Leeds have to do this. They have to niggle a little bit here with Boswells. They have to get under the skin of these Boswells athletes. Kowalska back to serve. Floats over into the seam. Ewan with the pass. It goes out to Harriet Lee. Her tip keeps ball in play. Thorne out to Wagbo. That ball out off the dig from Sarah Ewan.
It was a tight one anyway. It did look like it maybe touched the floor. Refs kept it playing, and same result either way. Point for Leeds. 2 points clear now. We didn't see this in the second set. Boswells led for, I think, a majority, if not all, of the set. Leeds 2 up at the moment.
Kowalska floats again. Jarman trying to take some space. And the free ball is up and over. Still scrambling though, Boswells. They go to Harriet Lee. She finds the hands. Boswells able to get that point. Just able to find the right swing at the right time. I've been so impressed by Harriet's performance today. She's not done anything super flashy, but she's just made the right choice every single time, it feels like.
And that's a massive point for them as well, because it kind of looked like Leeds stopped playing for a second there, where they thought it wasn't coming over, were just able to go. And that's something that Boswells do, is they will just keep going until that ball's hit the floor, or is bounced off the ceiling, or has hit a wall, as we get an ace for Boswells. And that 2 point lead has already been shut by Boswells, and they will just keep going. And I think that's something that you see with Darren is, okay, he's very emotional on the sideline sometimes, but he'll just go, right, next point, let's go, next point.
But I think he's so good, and he's been so good for such a long time at building resilient athletes in his gym. You have to be, like, you can't go and play in that gym without developing some resilience.
As that's an overpass from the strong serve from Esther. We've seen Esther really strong serving as well. Both teams have some really offensive weapons in the serving department. So that's handled a little bit better.
We've seen it way more from Boswells today, though, it feels like, than Leeds. Like Danny hasn't been able to go back and get a service run going. Christina's not been able to go back and get a service run going. And here, playing out a system, trying to get the kick save on the setting error, but...
We'll allow it. Esther's a middle, doesn't always take that ball. We'll allow it off.
We love it when middles come in and try and set overhand. Again, love the risk taking on this stage in a final. Ngacha now, Christina back to serve for Leeds. Scores a level in this third set.
I know a middle that loves a bit of setting, as you do as well.
Yep.
Big shout out to Hayley, who loves taking a second ball.
Ewan with the pass overhand. They go to Hutton out the back row, and that swing is just too strong for the Leeds defence. Great swing from Tilly Hutton out the back row. Boswells' back row attack has been outstanding today. They take the lead 6-5 in this one as Harriet Lee serves into the net. Wagbo back to serve. On to Sarah Ewan. Perfect pass. They go to Clifford on the slide. Dug up again by Perfection. Ball goes to Aladis. Well blocked by Robin Clifford. Really having an impact on this final now is Robin Clifford as Boswells take a 7-6 lead in this crucial third set of the under-18 girls national final. Jarman serves deep. Great from Amy Wong. Yasmin Baptiste puts it over, and Leeds just so much confusion on their side right now. Boswells open up a 2-point lead.
Darren's still very animated on the sidelines. Clapped his hands. I'm not sure at what.
I think there was some talk of a potential rotation error from Leeds.
Everything under control by the referees. Jarman back to serve. Lovely float.
It's a great pass though from Chandu, who gets it back and tips over the top of the block to score her first points of this third set. Keep Leeds in touch at 8-7 down.
And that came from that lovely pass off that float serve that had a bit of movement on it. And that's what we haven't seen as much from Leeds though. That first pass to get them in system, give Lauren all her options to attack from.
Aladis serves deep into the court. Phenomenal serve from Fowler, her second ace of the game. And whilst Robin Clifford has really stifled Fowler offensively, that serve is starting to make an impact on this final. Serve deep and long that time. You're okay with that though if you're Leeds. Go back, get an ace and then force them back even further. Yeah, you go slightly too long, but it's not the end of the world. Clifford now, back to serve. Floats over on to Wong, the libero. Set out to Chandu on the left side. Hutton rolls over the block. Leeds chance to swing in transition here. Goes to Chandu, tips over the block. Lee's there to meet it. Dug up by Baptiste and a free ball put over. Leeds again, chance to go in transition. Awagbo out the back row, and she finds the deep corner with that swing. Perfection, getting her into this game. That's why they've switched her to the outside, to try and get her more swings. They have to if they want to stay in this game. Ball over, Ewan passes it in, and Hutton goes off the block and scores. Tilly Hutton starting to really have an impact on this game now. She's up to 7 kills in this one. Baptiste serves but finds only the top of the net tape. Point Leeds. And this one is level again at 10 apiece. Chandu. Float serves onto the platform of Ewan. They go to Esther and
off the
great
head.
dig off the head.
Exceptional pass, to be honest.
Boswells have to play. Hutton, great off-speed swing. Leeds scrambling now. Awagbo, chance to put it away.
That's
and
a huge point for Leeds.
Absolutely massive momentum point for Leeds Gorse. Tamara Don taking that ball on her forehead to get the dig up on what is a great swing from Esther Adesayan. And then Leeds able to just scramble, Get your best player a swing in those moments, and a Wagbo don't miss.
She's laughing it off, so we hope she is okay. That was a huge swing as well.
Lovely set, but Lee can't find the swing. And suddenly, Leeds have a 2-point lead in this one.
And Darren calls a timeout.
Timeout straight away.
Almost like clockwork.
It's really interesting, right? We have such a different style. I spoke about this yesterday in the Shield final, where with my group this year, I've avoided calling quick timeouts because I had so many leaders with so much experience on the court, so good at working it out. We've spoken a little bit about Hayley Gilfillan, McKenna Smith as well, Elena Dupree, amazing in that moment. Tara King is a great coach herself on the court in there. Darren, the complete opposite. If he feels that momentum start to shift, cut in straight away, protect his group, really give him that opportunity to reset. So many different ways of doing it. There's no right or wrong way to coach a team.
Yeah, it's always that personal preference. Yeah, we do see it from Darren. A nice early timeout. Ice the server.
Chandu goes long.
Coach's point.
And that is one of the big weaknesses in Danny's game, is that she's really struggles serving out of that timeout. And given how many times he's coached against her this year, Darren absolutely knows that. Hutton back, float serve in this one. Goes deep, Chandu can't pass it. Out come the swinging arms, and it's a point to Boswells. They are back on level terms as Machinska coming back into the game as a reception sub for Chandu.
Yeah, Chandu's just struggled a couple of times with the pass, so Charlotte coming in, just making sure that substitute is written down perfectly before she's allowed back onto court.
As Lauren Thorne takes over the captaincy duties as well, with Chandu off and onto the bench. Hutton again, back to serve now. Will they switch targets? No, still goes down the line with that hybrid spin float. Baptiste has to play the free ball, but Hutton sets up a nice high ball for Lee to swing out. Leeds can't play on it. It's a lovely deep corner swing from Harriet Lee. Starting to see that experience of playing in the adult games come. That's a shot that you see over and over again in Division 2 and Division 3.
Interesting how Lauren almost looks like she's screening, hiding behind her teammate. I'm not sure if the referees will pick that up. To me, with the new screening rules...
She's fine, because they're in reception. She's allowed. As Boswell's able to get another point here.
That shows my lack of
Leeds
volleyball knowledge. I am being stupid. I agree. It's because she's on reception. It's been a long weekend, guys.
Hutton with that float hybrid. Kowalska with the swing, but it goes deep as dump over from Adesayan now. And Gatcha. Boswells can play in transition. Baptiste goes out to Jarman. Jarman swings long. And Boswells...
Darren looking for a touch.
Unable to put that one away. Elisa Jarman just hasn't been able to get going offensively in this one so far. Reception has held up really well, like we said it would before the game, but she's not been the same player that she was at the Super Series, at the Super 6 offensively.
Just a slight miss here. With 2 games going on, a little bit of a miscommunication with the whistle. But Fiona with the little burst there, as that's just gone out.
Long.
Two-point lead still for Boswells. Again, brought it back from that 2 points behind. Again, 2 points ahead now.
Adesayan, great serve. It forces the ace. A third ace of the day for Esther Adesayan. And Boswells now have a 3-point lead. Timeout leads. The momentum just flowing towards the team from Essex. Really tough right now if you're Leeds. There's just not the same energy in that group that there was in the first set if you look over at that timeout. Elaine Brown is still animated. Wagbo is still animated. Mikowski now coming in and as animated. Even Nelson looks animated, and that doesn't happen very often. They've got to find something, though, to come back into this game. And to me, it starts with getting Awagbo swings on the ball. She's just not had enough swings today.
I'd also argue it's getting Esther off the serve. We've seen that she's caused issues. You mentioned there 3 aces already. Can she make it a 4th, or will Elaine Brown, similar to Darren, get a little coach's point out of the timeout?
Awagbo with the swing. Great dig from Esther, but Boswell's just unable to keep that ball in play. Now up to 6 kills for the match is Perfection Awagbo with no errors either. Really being someone that Leeds can count on offensively here. Now Ngacha back to serve. Floats it. Passed up by Sarah Ewan. Boswells have to put a free ball over. Leeds now. They can play. They go to Awagbo again, and she kills the ball again. I wonder if Coach Elaine Brown is listening to the broadcast, because exactly what we said has happened out of this timeout. Leeds close the gap to just a point. A phenomenal sharp cross-court swing, using the block to just get that ball into an area that is undefendable for Boswells.
But it's what we've not seen from Leeds. For the majority of the game, Perfection's not been able to get in, get her swings up, as that's another great serve with Leeds now pulling level. Great timeout from Elaine Brown, bringing it back level. Darren looking back to his technical team, just questioning whether he calls it.
Now Ngacha back and ready to serve. Again, hybrid float spin. They go to the middle, and Clifford is blocked by Aladis.
And there's Darren's timeout, second timeout of the set. 3 points he's let slip this time, and then he's called that early timeout like we mentioned.
Really important here that Boswells throw some energy into this game.
Someone in the comments just saying, I don't know how the girls cope with the horns. As I'll let you know from my ears ringing after pretty much every Super Series, they're used to it because Boswells always bring some noise. So it's kind of acclimatized to them.
Yeah, I mean, I brought earplugs to the last sixes when I was here, and I'm so thankful that I did. I'm very thankful for these headsets that we're wearing right now.
As we see the Leeds Gorse boys cheering on their female teammates. They will be in action this afternoon in the last game of the 2026 Cup Finals weekend as they take on Richmond as
Christina Ngacha goes. And it's a great serve, finding another ace. And this Boswell's passing unit really starting to show some cracks. And Leeds doing exactly what they need to do here, piling the pressure on. They take a 2-point lead as Maisie Watson comes in to try and shore up the passing unit. Maisie from a really great volleyball family. Brother Jack won a couple of national championships for Boswells quite a while ago. And Maisie herself, been in and around the England squad, played for the junior national team. And Ngacha into the seam. Jarman steps up and passes it. And it's a wonderful block out swing from Robin Clifford. Getting her back into this set here to end it is going to be key for Boswells as they try and close this gap. It's now down to a point. Watson serves.
Beautiful
I
serve.
don't think that's the right server.
Elaine
got the
is
kill
speaking
anyway.
Michael Lee.
Either that or they were out of rotation just a minute ago, but it's an ace for Maisie Watson.
Brings him up level. Good pass from Charlotta.
Boswell's been watching the video because that play that worked on opening weekend didn't work there from Thorne. Great tip from Awagbo, and she gets the point. 6 kills now in this set for Perfection. She is starting to have an impact on this final, and she's the reason that Leeds are a point up here. shout out to my England assistant coach, Maddie Veraru, here in the crowd. Awagbo serves, passed up by Boswells. Hutton with the swing. Leeds able to slow down that pipe. They hadn't been able to do that in the first 2 sets. Here now Boswell's scrambling, free ball over. Can Leeds take advantage? Thorne goes to Awagbo out the back row, but it's an easy ball. Boswell's now, can they play in transition, get Jarman a swing? They can, but Leeds dig it. This point going on here, one of the longest points of the game so far. Free ball over. Hutton again out the back row, goes off speed. Leeds scrambling. Can they get a swing on the ball? Aladis plays it short.
What a rally. Come on.
Ball goes out to Jarman. She goes short and wins the point with an... Oh, that point deserved such a better ending.
Jarman almost looked kind of embarrassed at herself there a bit, how he just rolled off the tape. But that's a huge point, and again, we've talked about these momentum points for Boswells. That was a huge rally, one of the longest of the game, and Boswells won the point. They're now just checking that serving sub.
Yeah, it is Elisa Jarman to serve. 19-19. Hutton comes into the front row for Boswells. Chandu subbed back in by Leeds to that one as Wong passes that ball up. They go to Chandu now, and she finds the edge of Robin Clifford's block and gets the kill.
Leeds bench loving that as well. It's always what we like to see in a lot of the junior competitions. I know they do a lot of choreography in their trainings about little celebrations for aces, for blocks, and you love to see it. We've seen it all throughout the Super Series. I don't know if you've experienced that with your girls a bit this year at Essex, where half the training's maybe about celebrations, half the training's about playing volleyball.
Oh, so much of it. There's so much extra that goes on with coaching a team, but Clifford on the slide, dug well by Awagbo, goes out to Chandu here, off speed. Boswells can play in transition, goes out to Tilly Hutton, and she scores deep in the corner.
Huge roar from Tilly as she kills that ball.
To take over now in this game. Wonderful swing deep into the corner there from Tilly Hutton.
And we're tied at 20-all.
As more confusion here for Leeds. As Rejoice N. Huagwa comes in for Liliana Kowalska.
Elaine, just checking how many, I believe, other timeouts she's had.
20 apiece here. Third set of the under-18 national final. Clifford with the serve onto perfection Awagbo, and it's an ace for Boswells. Clifford making my life really hard, picking an MVP right now, has another big contribution late in this one. Good serve again, passed up this time by Gacha, goes out to Chandu. She swings, but she touches the net on her way through. Point Boswells, and suddenly they've opened up a 2-point lead here in the super clutch at the end of this set.
These clutch points now that are the killer. And Elaine, after checking how many timeouts she has, uses her second one.
If the live stream will indulge me, I'm going to get really, really nerdy here for a second. After every edition of the Volleyball Nations League, which is a big international competition that happens every summer, the FIVB produces a report that essentially breaks down all the data from the Volleyball Nations League and all the games that happen. They have these moments that they call super clutch, which is when both teams are in the 20s, exactly like now, coming towards the end of the game. These are the points that matter. Kills are so important in these moments. Go into your best attacking options, finding their ability to put the ball on the floor directly determines what wins games at the end of these sets. The teams that do that best now are going to be the team that walk away with the win in this set. Clifford goes deep, finds Awagbo, leads out of system and scrambling. Chandu rolls the ball over. Boswell's chance to play in transition here. Out to Hutton. Hutton goes high hands. Hutton kills the ball. She's having a monster third set here as Boswell's moved just 2 points away from the championship. Ball in play. Leeds running out of system. Chandu goes, but she finds Robin Clifford and gets the kill. Leeds stay alive in this one, 21-23.
Much better from Leeds there. Came from that pass again, much stronger pass. We saw in the point just before, Thorne having to scramble for that ball, unable to get a decent swing on it. Thorne with the serve now as well.
Great ball onto Ewan, but she's in play. Jarman out the back row is roofed by Rejoice Eniragwa.
Some exceptional timing on this. She just watches it, knows when to jump, just reaches over and pushes that ball back down onto the coral of the Terraflex floor.
Now, Thorne serves over. Ewan plays out a system. They go out to Hutton, who's been so good in this set, but she misses that one.
With a touch called.
Touch called by the line judge, but not by the first referee. Overruled there. I think it's the right decision as well.
Fiona just asking for the captain to come over.
Here, substitution reversed. Maisie Watson coming out. Had some big defensive contributions here, but I wonder if they want the option of Harriet Lee to swing out of the back row if the Boswells are out of system here.
We've seen it a couple of times there where they've gone to that back row attack, whether that be through Harriet or Jarman.
Thorne finds Sarah Ewan. It goes tight. It's tipped well by Yasmin Baptiste, and Boswells move on towards a championship point. The chance for 3 in a row is coming.
You can see the Boswell girls getting set. They're hoping to be able to run onto court.
Baptiste, deep float serve, misses long. It's 24-24. We got some free volleyball.
We're going extras.
These moments so key now, and guess who has just come into the front row? Perfection Owagbo for Leeds. Chandu, deep float serve, well handled by Ewan. Go to Adesayan, she plays, leads out of system. They go to Owagbo, has to roll it though. Can Boswell's play in transition? They go out to Harriet Lee, great reach, and she scores with the off-speed swing.
Lee to be able to reach out and get it without it hitting the antenna.
A chance now for Tilly Hutton. 4 aces already in this game. Can she hit an ace to confirm the national championship for Boswells? Back, hybrid float. Not particularly well handled by Wong. They'll get a free ball out of it. Confusion though for Boswells, and it's 25-25. Just so much energy, so much pressure right now in these moments. They're so close and just paralyzed by the pressure.
Everyone took that tiny step looking like they're all going for it, and then no one went for it. It's always that little worry that they're in such a pressure moment.
Here, just some substitution chaos right now. And Boswells have the right to feel aggrieved. For me, Leeds were not ready with that sub at all. Here, this cannot be allowed. Surely, there's just so much chaos going on right now on the court. We're just waiting to see what the outcome is here. Tense moments for both teams. And that is now, I believe, six substitutions for Leeds, I think was the call, which means they cannot make any more. 6 is the maximum number of subs you can make in a set. Kowalska back to serve. Floats it down the line, handled well by Hutton. Out of system set from Lee, but a free ball has to go over from Jarman. Leeds, chance to play. They go to Ngacha. Dug well by Baptiste. To Hutton out of system, and she goes long on that ball. Suddenly, Leeds have a set point and a chance to stay in this game.
Their first of the game. Their middle going back to serve. Pete Mikowski on the sideline, really cheering on, get his boys involved, making some noise.
Kowalska float serves. Short, confusion.
And it's an ace.
Leeds take the set. Great comeback from Gorse. And Liliana Kowalska stepping up, coming off the bench in those key moments. And we are going to a fourth here.
Ollie, can you just go and check on the camera battery downstairs, please? No, can you go and check on it, because it's gone to 3. Can you, if it's like below 60 minutes, send her up. So Leeds have done something they didn't do last year, have taken a set off Boswells in the final. Maybe those kind of breathing exercises worked for them between second and third set. It's now getting back into that mentality of the emotions now are going to be running high. You saw how animated there Pete and the whole bench was. How can they stay level-headed and not worry about what's happened in the 2 sets before? Like you said, their goal and their ambition is still the same. Got to win 3 sets. They're coming from 2 sets behind, but they know they've now won a set. They're able to get a little bit more momentum off that. Boswells will be annoyed. They were there. They had a couple of championship points. All of a sudden, switch to Leeds. It's now 2-1.
I think for Leeds, actually don't stay emotional, because that's what this team is. That's who they are. You saw those incredible celebrations there at the end of that set. That's who Perfection and Danny and Christina are as people. They are those energy bunnies all the time. Go and play like that. Go and be that person on court. I think for Boswells, not loads of the team remain from that team from 3 years ago. Reverse swept by Richmond in the national final. But for the coaching staff that were here, that were there that day, I know that game haunts them. I know that game haunts Darren Lewis. They will need to come out and get a really good, solid start to this set and just make sure if you can play well in the first 10 points, you give yourself the opportunity to win. For Leeds, if you can go out and get a big lead, you can flip this game on its head.
One thing that is interesting you see here, just on the far right of your picture, you've got Andy Tuck in the kind of huddle of the starting 6 of the girls, starting 7 of the girls. Darren is completely away from it, so maybe Tuck's there giving him a little bit more insight, or maybe just a different voice that Darren's taking that step back. And that's something we've seen a little bit more as well at the Super Series, that Tuck's taking on the boys and then we'll assist there with Darren with the girls. And again, it's a great way just to give those girls a little bit of different messaging, a different way of saying something.
I mean, Andy's such a character as well. Like one of the people, I'm just one of my closest friends within the sport, someone I've known for a very long time. And the girls love him. They love that freedom that he enables them to have. There's lots of jokes, there's lots of banter with him, and I think in this moment he could be a real calming presence for them. As we go again, Leeds unchanged. I know Aaron Agua coming in for Aladis in the middle for Leeds. Boswells unchanged.
If you want to come up and get it when it's
as well.
If Boswells, the girls in black, look like they're going to win, if you want to come up at about 18 or 19 points, and then you can come and get it for the celebration.
Some confusion with Leeds. Aladis now coming in for Kowalska. It looks like there was an issue with the rotation slip. So it will be Aladis and Erin Agua that start in the middle for Leeds.
Hello, Jess. I see you in the comments. Thanks for the big up. Jess will be on the men's shield, I believe. alongside, I'm not sure. I read the schedule, can't remember. As Thorne goes back to serve, straight on to Jarman.
What a swing from Tilly Hutton. Just taking over this game offensively for Boswells in that third and into this fourth set. It's going to be between her and Awagbo now. Who has the bigger offensive impact on this game? And can Jarman and Chandu just play that secondary role? Who can play that secondary role best? Adesayan, great serve down the line with that float. And it beats Chandu and Boswell's lead 2-0.
Just coming back to that point, you're talking about Hutton and against Awagbo. We've seen Hutton do it in the game. We've maybe not seen Perfection do it as much, but maybe she's a little bit quiet in those first two sets, and that third set really started to show what she can do. Can she take that momentum, or is it going to revert back to sets 1 and 2 where Hutton just dominated?
Wong, pass goes in, and Thorne tips out.
Super tight to the net there. Lauren didn't really have a choice to do much else without going into the net. Really good awareness.
This is exactly the start that Boswell's wanted. Great line-up from Darren Lewis, going to a server that he knows he can trust. And Esther's come out and had two aces, forced a pass that is really, really tough for the setter to deal with, and suddenly Boswell's are 4-0 up and flying.
Like you said, this is exactly what Boswell's want. They want that impact. They want to really kind of cut the sails of Leeds. You saw how energetic they were after that, winning that third set.
Ngatcha's swing into the block. Chandu has to play it over. They go to Clifford again. She's dug though by Wong. Really, really good play from the Leeds libero. Boswell's chance to go again. They go out to Hutton. Hutton tries to swing down the line but misses wide of the court. Really, really important that Boswells keep their middles in this game. That was a great set, but a really, really good dig from Abby Wong on the Leeds side. Chandu serves down the line. Ewan passes, go to the back row. It's off speed from Jarman. It's up from Leeds though. Great scramble defense from Chandu. Boswell's chance to play again though. They go to the slide. Great swing from Clifford. Leeds scrambling again. Can they get it back? They do. Tough free ball to deal with. It goes out to Hutton. She tips over the top of the block. Great defense from Thorne, and just unable to keep it under control, the Leeds Gorse, and Boswell's reopen up that 4-point lead.
There's Leeds bodies sprayed all across the floor. Very similar to that third set we saw, that really long rally, and Boswell's are able to win it again. It's those momentum points that are just so big for this young side.
100%. Baptiste back, float serves onto Chandu, takes it midline. Great set from Thorne, swung on by Awagbo, and she has her 9th kill of the game. JC, still no attacking errors.
Unbelievable work. You could argue, and this is me playing devil's advocate here, you could argue that she's just not been used enough, that those errors haven't come in, but when she's been used, she's been efficient, so just go to her more, give her those options. As that just creeped out wide. Darren Lewis, a little bit of a moonwalk to get out of the way. Great dancing skills from that man.
Darren is a ball magnet as well. Like there's some great clips of him being hit on the sideline over the years, and just seems to attract any balls that go out towards him. Serve down the line from Hutton. Leeds in play, go to Awagbo again, and she swings block out and gets the kill. Boswells have got to find a way to slow Perfection Awagbo down that isn't just rotate her into the back row. They still have a 3-point lead, but that lead will disappear quickly if Leeds go to Perfection as much as they should here. Christina Ngatcha, great deep serve, passed in well by Hutton. Go to Clifford, Clifford with the kill. Great swing from Robin Clifford. Not in the game enough in that third set, but suddenly she's back here, ready to go. It's a lovely set from Yasmin Baptiste as well. Set in the middle from way off the net there. Keeping them in the game when you're in that mid-system. Super key for the setter.
As Ermiston on court 2 bring up championship point after Richmond did take a set off them.
Clifford serves into the middle of the net.
again, that stream is over on court 2, as Urbanson have just claimed the under 15 boys title. A huge congratulations to them. Howard, Ian, Grundy, all on the sidelines as well. A great weekend for them after winning gold with the 16 boys yesterday. As Jarman finds the touch of a spread out Gorse defence down the line.
Up and down game today for Elisa Jarman. If Boswells can get her going in this set, it gives them a really good chance of maintaining that 4-point lead. Harriet Lee now back to serve. Floats it short. Causes some confusion for Awagbo, but great set from Lauren Thorne, and Rejoice with the kill. It's a wonderful set from Thorne there to just carve through the chaos, calm the team, and give a ball that's killable to her attacker.
And we don't want to keep bringing it up, but maybe it is that Super League experience that calmness is able to do it, that she knows she can do it. As one goes into the boards, I hope.
Great chase, a really good serve as well.
Hope she's.
Sarah's fine.
Yeah.
Sarah's fine. She's one of the toughest people I've ever met. Honestly, I've seen that girl with more bruises on her body after a national team camp than I think just about anyone should ever have. She's tough as nails, that kid.
Yeah. Great to see. Straight back up onto her feet, ready in serve receive.
Adasayan played a little bit as an outside as well. That passing experience coming in. Leeds finally starting to dig that pipe ball, and it's a defensive mistake from Tilly Hutton as Chandu gets a kill on the board. And Leeds have closed that gap up almost. It's only a point now at the start of this fourth set.
Great serve.
Great serve. Horses the overpass. They go to Allardyce. That ball might have been out. Jarman swings hard off the hands. Leeds scrambling and still playing. And not the outcome that anyone on the court would have wanted from that. But a great serving run that's got Leeds right back into this game. Boswells still have a 2-point lead.
It's always nice to see Leeds kind of just have a little bit of laugh about themselves, like it's happened to everyone.
Yeah.
No one's perfect.
It's out of system. It's a crazy set attempt from Thorne, and suddenly now Boswell's back in that 3-point lead.
As we see the Volleyball England staff fixing that board that Sarah went into a couple of points ago. I think she fared better than the board.
Yeah.
Shows how strong as nails she is. Jarman back to serve.
Great float serve, moving all over the place. Thorne has to dump it because it's too tight. Boswell's playing in transition. Lee out the back row. Great dig from Ngacha. They go out to Chandu. Chandu swings down the line, but Boswell's keep it alive. Hutton, can she go in and find a swing? She does. Leeds get the chance to play. They go to Awagbo out the back row, and she kills the ball. Jarman can't handle it, and Leeds just starting to get it going offensively here. They've started to slow down that back row ball from Boswells, and suddenly Leeds are able to find some kills on that one. Thorne float serves over the top, passed up by Ewan. They go to Jarman out the back row, but it's dug by Leeds. They have a chance to play in transition. Awagbo out the back row herself. Short ball. Boswell's chance to play. Go to Hutton. She can't kill it. Great dig from Lauren Thorne. Free ball goes over though. Chance here for Boswells. They go to Esther on the slide. Still in play. And Ngacha. Chance to end the point. And she does end the point for Leeds. Those momentum points, those long rallies seem to be going the way of the team in purple right now.
Yeah, we saw it in a couple of sets before. Going towards Boswells, but now Leeds. 1 point in it. Really starting to push for it. Can they draw it level? Thorne to serve.
The setter to serve. Goes in. Jarman shanks it. Chance to play. Ewan tries the kick save and just can't make it work. Leeds are level, and they're starting to just pile the pressure on. And if you get a look at Lauren Thorne's face, she might be the calmest person here in the hall.
So focused. Just focusing on herself. Not worrying about the next point or the point before, just what's happening right now. That's a great, again, exactly the same. Forces that shanked pass.
And just Harriet Lee steps into the passing unit. Hasn't passed all day. Laser focused on serving that ball onto her was Thorne there. She's grown a lot into this final for Leeds.
Darren calls that timeout again. Really quick at calling it. 3-point run again from Leeds. Almost like clockwork. Should start putting bets on it maybe. We wouldn't make much money. The odds would be awful. But as some of the Legends Volleyball Club come in as well. I see Chester Searle, Ben Lucas down chatting with Alex Porter. They will be after this match, which was scheduled for, I believe, 1:30. Looking at my watch, I don't think that's going to happen. So apologies if you're here for the Legends volleyball game in about 45 minutes. It won't be 45 minutes unless something drastic happens.
Thorne float serves again onto Hutton. Ball in play. Hutton tips off the block of Ngacha. Great recycle. Esther recycles again now. Jarman sets out a system. Hutton comes in. Deep cross-court swing, but a great dig from Don. Go out to Chandu. She is blocked by Yasmin Baptiste, and Boswells goes wild.
Absolutely amazing scenes from Boswells there. They love it. Baptiste getting up, getting over, and shutting down.
Hey, if you're an undersized setter, if you can just block enough to take away that hard-driven downswing,
you'll take it.
You give yourself a great opportunity.
As Leeds now struggle with that pass. Free ball over.
Goes up. Clifford, big swing, no block. Boswell's into the lead.
You cannot give Robin Clifford that much of an open net on that nice of a set from Yasmin. Straight in, no block, finds the floor. Boswell's out of that timeout, straight back in. Point lead.
Adesayan now serving into the net. And we are back level again at 12 apiece. This one is going all the way to the wire. By Robin Clifford. She's back making an impact on this one once again. As we are having a few technical difficulties here, we apologise if you're unable to watch at all. It seems like the connection
should be back on now. I apologise. As good as the university is, sometimes the Wi-Fi just drops out. We're back in.
Okay, Baptiste with the float service. She just touches a ball that was definitely going out. And Leeds cut the Boswells lead to 1.
This is the downside, me, Alex, of doing commentary and all the broadcast stuff. When there's some troubleshooting issues, I go silent for about 20 seconds while I panic. But we're back.
As Evie Haig coming on that left-handed jump float serve. Can it get Leeds back into this game?
One thing I'm liking with Evie, matching shoes to kit. You've got to do it.
And there, that left-handed float down the line gets the ace on Tilly Hutton.
Another ace.
Her third of the game. That left-handed float serve, it's the angle that the ball comes over at. The eyes of passers are so not used to seeing it. Athlete played for me a couple of years ago, Leah Blight. Wonderful left-handed float. It just drops away at a weird angle that passers aren't used to. As Hutton passes out of system again. Lee with the swing and finds the edge of the block to get the kill. Her first in this set. And Boswell's back into the lead here.
Tilly back to serve. We'll see that hybrid again. Darren just kind of motivating his girls. We'll just go for the hybrid.
Step, hybrid. Passed in well. Thorne goes, finds Aaron Agua, but that ball had crossed the plane of the net. So it's very interesting. You are not allowed to play that ball once it has crossed the plane of the net. It becomes the blocker's ball. As an attacker, you can't reach across the net to play it.
Stan has just said the 5
serves.
5 sets, so I'm going to blame Stan if this goes 5.
And just chaos on the court, really, in that one. Free ball coming over. Boswells, no one putting their name on it, ready to make a play. There was some chaos before the point as well, as Lauren Thorne tried to go and approach the referee, but the referee had already blown her whistle, so they had to adjust very, very quickly. Ngacha with the serve, passed well by Hutton. Chance for play, speed but long from Jarman, unable to find the edge of the block that she was looking for. And that was an opportunity that she'll want back. Leeds level it up, 16-16.
This is very similar to set one, where it's point for point. A couple of teams get a point or two ahead, gets dragged back in. A free ball over from Boswells, unable to go over. A little bit of frustration there from Boswells.
I'm surprised we haven't seen a timeout, although Darren has called one already in this set. They just need to relax and play here. They're just starting to look at one another rather than lifting their teammates up. Ngacha serves and she hits the head of Lauren Thorne at the net.
She does apologise to her teammate, which is always nice to see, but this is why you still hold your hands up. Even though screening's not legal, you still hold your hands up, protect the back of that head. Lauren's still holding it a little bit, but again, a really tough cookie. Will keep going. They're built different in Leeds.
Clifford, good serve, well handled by Wong, and at Nick and Rejoice up there, getting the kill. Leeds been able to start to bring their middles into the game a little bit, and they are a point ahead in this fourth set. Perfection with the serve, forces Boswells out of system, and it is an ace, her first of the game. Perfection and Wagbo really starting to have an impact on this final now. Leeds go 2 points up and Boswells call the timeout.
Again, you mentioned it. Maybe Darren should have called it maybe a point or two earlier, but he now calls it with Leeds 19-17 up in what could be the deciding set that takes us to 5, or could see Boswells crowned as the under-18 girls champions.
Out of the timeout now. Owagbo serves, passed up by Ewan. Goes out to Jarman, who has to tip. Dug well by Don. They go to Owagbo out the back row, and she tattoos the corner of the court. That's a great overrule by the referee, Fiona Cotterill, because that was definitely in the corner. Yeah. No. Changed her mind again. Gone back to the decision. For me, that was a good overrule from the first referee, but she has reversed her decision based on the line judge's call.
See, this is when I get confused, and this is why, ladies and gents at home, the score is not always correct, because I get confused when there's overrulings and everything like that.
As a chance missed there for Boswells. The set was good, but Adesayan just couldn't get on top of it. It goes long. And Leeds enter the 20s with an opportunity.
First time Leeds have got to 20 ahead of Boswells as well.
Yep.
A mentality thing, that's huge.
Yeah. They've grown into this final really, really well. The coaching staff have done a fantastic job of keeping them in this game. Erin Agua, one-handed pass attempt by Hutton.
Sarah
Ewan
takes out another board. You said Darren's a bit of a ball magnet from the volleyball. Sarah's a little bit of a board magnet. Shows how much he just wants to get that ball. That's what you want to see from Libero, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
chasing down everything.
Just such a live wire in that position. But Leeds now piling the pressure on. Maisie Watson coming into the game for Harriet Lee just to shore up this reception unit a little bit for Boswells. Erin Agua serves deep onto Watson. Pass is good and up. They go to Hutton. She goes short onto the head of Thorne. Agacha sets out of system. They go to Machinska. Leeds keep it alive, but it's a free ball. Thorne go to Aladis. She tips. Confusion defensively for Boswells. Father Aladis gets a kill, and Leeds are +4. This one looks like it's going the distance, JC.
We tried not to say it, but again, this is what you want your finals to be. You want it to be tight. We saw it last night. London Giants, Mallory Eagles went to 5. Great game. This, another great game to show what volleyball is all about.
I've been saying it all week that this game was going to go long, and they've done such a good job here, both teams, as 2 free balls to start the rally. Boswell's chance to play. They go out to Jarman. She swings down the line. Defended well by Ngacha. High ball up and some potential clash, but Leeds get it over. Chance here for Adesayan. She tips and she scores.
Some great work there from the Boswells middle, just to really force it into the court, get the defense scrambling, and then just able to get the point.
Yeah, a play that you probably aren't going to see in the game for much longer. Pretty sure that that one will be gone by the time the 27-28 season starts, but whilst it's here and you can use it, you might as well take advantage as Jarman serves into the net. And Leeds retain that 4-point lead. If you're Boswells right now, do you just look about going to 5? Some of the athletes starting to lose their heads a little bit on that Boswells side of things. Can you get a substitute in, calm them down a little bit and maybe get a chance to play as Thorne's serve goes long. 3-point gap here.
Rare error from Thorne on the service, but it's okay, yeah. You mentioned it, 3-point lead. Boswell's only just now into the 20s. Esther back to serve as well, who we've seen get a couple of aces throughout this game. Can she deliver? Off the net take.
Short serve, over pass. Clifford puts it away.
There you go. And Darren just holding up his finger, maybe like one more point, 1 point at a time. Stop worrying about what's happening as Elaine Brown calls another timeout. Pete Mikowski also kind of giving the calma. Bit of Ronaldo, calm down. Keep everyone locked in.
Very interesting, that palms down, we call it. And it's something that I actually was very lucky a couple of years ago. I got a chance to go and observe Team USA when they worked in their gym in Anaheim, and got the chance to chat to the legend of the sport that is Karch Garai, was the head coach of the women at that time. And he used to talk a lot about palms down rather than palms up. Palms up is a very negative piece of body language, whereas palms down is way more positive, way more calming. And that's something that's stuck and is kind of starting to really flow now into the game in this country. Adesayan with the serve, it's a good one. Machinska, though, gets it up. There's the chance to play. Boswells, though, in transition. Opportunity for Hutton here. She goes high hands. She gets the kill. And suddenly Boswells starting to pile the pressure on Leeds. This is do or die for Gorse. Boswells, though, will want one more.
Leeds just need to side out here.
Yeah, they get the side out. They win the set. Adesayan with the serve. It goes a little bit deeper. It's out of system. Ngacha with a chance as she swings into the middle of the net. Suddenly, Leeds' lead is gone. And Boswells put themselves back into pole position.
Another timeout called. Leeds burning 2 in quick succession.
They are just so much tension right now with both of these teams. Elaine Brown in the middle of the Leeds huddle, drawing up some options for her team. Darren Lewis similarly down on one knee, giving out his sermon to his team as they go out and try and hunt for the all-important win that they need. 2 points needed for either team. 2 timeouts used by Leeds. Leeds trying to take this to a 5th set. Boswells trying to win their 3rd national championship in a row. Adesayan again, back to the service line, drops it short, gets the ace! Huge serve from Boswells!
An ace!
And once again, they have championship point. They have been here before in the 3rd set. Leeds were able to claw that one back themselves. Boswells need calm now. They need to stay calm. They need to stay focused in this moment. Adesayan with a great opportunity. Serve goes over. It finds Awagbo. In system for Leeds. They go to Ngacha and she finds the court with the kill. And we are going for some free volleyball again.
The crowd now really loving it. Mark Perkins, volleyball royalty, I would say. Getting the crowd hyped up, clapping them along. Machinska to serve, great serve. Catches Jarman short. Huge ace for Leeds Gorse. Absolutely sensational work from Machinska there.
What a game. What a game.
Big pressure moments though here.
Machinska back at the service line. Looking to deliver another ball into the seam between Jarman and Hutton. She pushes Harmon back. Hutton with the swing, gets the kill. Tilly Hutton has been the go-to for Boswells in this game. Her 12th kill of the match. And Boswells level it up again with Yasmin Baptiste going back to serve. Baptiste's service runs dominated the final last year. She has the opportunity again here. That serve goes in. One-handed pass from Aladis. Sets inside. 3-man block out there. Scrambled over by Leeds. Chance Lee plays it deep. What a vision! What vision from Harriet Lee to keep them in this game. Wonderful from Boswells. They have another championship point.
Absolutely exceptional there from Harriet.
Captain Yasmin Baptiste back to serve. She floats it in. Wong, short, passes it up. Leeds scrambling, free ball going over. Jarman passes it in. They're in system, they go to Clifford. She goes high off the hands, but Leeds have a chance to play here. Awagbo tips over the top of the block. Great defense from Baptiste. It's just in, it looked like. Machinska sets it up, and Gatcha blocked, but Leeds scramble it up. They keep it alive. Jarman, pass in. Goes out wide to Hutton. Hutton swings long. They can't get the point. We are level again at 26-26.
And this is why we love volleyball. This is why we put on showcases like this at the Cup Finals to highlight how exceptional these athletes are.
Here we go again. Middle in for Leeds. Aladis back to serve. Passed up well by Hutton. They go to Clifford. Change of direction, but Leeds now. Chance to play. Chance to get Awagbo a swing. They do. She scores. She's been almost unstoppable today. And Leeds now have set point and a chance to take this to 5.
The reactions from that Leeds bench are going to be huge if they can get
Aladis,
this.
great serve, finds Jarman. Perfect pass. They go to Hutton. Hutton scrolls it down. That's a handling fault. And we are level again at 27-27.
Some great refereeing there from Fiona. Coming off that net, and then just that motion of a lift or carry, whatever you want to call it, kind of coming off the arm in not one kind of fluid contact.
It's tough though now for Boswells because Hutton's in the back row. She's been the go-to offensively. I think you'll see a lot of balls go to Clifford here, potentially Harriet Lee on the opposite if they get the chance to have a swing. Hutton float serves into the seam. It's her 5th ace of the game, and Tilly Hutton continues to affect it. The Leeds boys in the crowd trying to put her off, but she is someone who thrives under that kind of pressure.
Another championship point here for Boswells with Hutton to serve. Can she do it again?
Hutton back in, floats it onto Wong. Leeds scrambling, they're going to have to put a free ball over. Ball goes up to Clifford. Clifford gets the kill. Boswells win the game. They are back to back national champions. A stunning performance from both of these two teams. A wonderful, wonderful fixture to watch. They didn't think they were going to get it done. They had so many championship points in this one. Credit to Leeds, who did not give up the fight throughout this game. A wonderful occasion that just shows the health of the sport in this country right now. These two teams flying, but today it is Boswells who come out and win their 3rd under-18 girls national championship in a row.
And we said it right at the start, and you were saying, another English athlete, another English athlete. This is the future of the English programme. These girls are already playing senior level and will continue to do so. But what my hope is, and what Volleyball England's hope is, and I assume your hope is as well, that this inspires people to go and play volleyball, to see that this is where you can get to with programmes in England. Leeds and Boswells are two of the biggest ones that we speak about, but you've got Richmond, you've got the up-and-coming ones as well. You see Urmiston as well, dominating in the boys, doing really well in the girls as well. You've got teams like South Bucks, Newcastle staff that are warming up over on court 2 at the moment for their final, that have really started to build that junior programme, that they've seen that volleyball can't just be built on 1 or 2 players or 1 or 2 teams. You've got to have that junior pathway, you've got to have that development to go through. And that's something that I know you're massively passionate about, working with East, working in the interregional side of things, but also looking at how you can get English athletes into your programme at Essex, into the programmes in the England team as well, to just develop that level. Because we know we can be better, and we want to be better, and this is how we show that.
Yeah, just a wonderful final, wonderful to see, as you say, so many English athletes on court. I think to Darren, this means a lot, this win. This is one that he's really wanted, but he's loved this team, he's loved this group this year. Not that he hasn't loved his team in previous years, but this one, you can just see with his kids are here. They haven't, I don't know if they've seen the team win a national championship before, or especially not one that they're this well known about. And just such a great performance from this Boswells team. You know, they faced some really, really tough moments, but they were able to come through in the big moments and just get the win that they needed.
Yeah.
Some monstrous performances out there though today. Yeah, I thought Christina Ngacha had a phenomenal performance for Leeds. As one of the best games I've seen her play.
Yeah, so you ran off. It's fine. So no, luckily he came up and grabbed it off me. But yeah. So thank you. Are you off completely, or are you? That's fine. Thanks so much for your help today and yesterday. You were really good.
Hey, we are just waiting for our medal presenters to come and the teams to line up where they need to line up.
I spot a former colleague of yours, Alex Porter, on medal ceremony duties.
He is this week known as the trainee master of ceremonies.
Gillian Harrison giving him the full download of how to do it.
Yeah, that trainee tag on his accreditation has been thrown around quite a lot this weekend, and I'm sure will continue to be thrown around for most of the summer.
He'll get one of those, you know how they do it in fast food chains, he'll get a little gold star when he's done certain things. So
he just couldn't not be my boss for more than 12 months, it felt like, and so he had to come in. But a wonderful appointment actually for the national team, as we thank our 2 referees. Not an easy game to referee, lots of chaos on the court, and these 2 came through really, really well in it. Amy Dimmock and Fiona Cotterill receiving their referee medals from Volleyball England board member Anders Hernandez. And Richard Harrison is the other board member out here giving out medals.
Again, lovely man, Richard Harrison, always at these events. Lovely to catch up with as Leeds Gorse get their runner-up medals.
Yeah, Daniela Chandu getting hers. Amy Wong played phenomenally well today, I felt. Fola Aladis, number 2, Charlotta Machinska. Evie Haig came in and had a real impact in that game. Christina Ngacha, long career ahead of her in this sport. Liliana Kowalska, off to university in September, will be missed by this program. Layla Henry played a pivotal role in a couple of Super Series games earlier in the year. Lauren Thorne, such a bright young talent who's going to do things for a long time to come. Perfection Awagbo, another with some big moments on the horizon this summer. Eurovolley with Spain, they're qualified. Rejoice Erinagua, someone that had a great impact on this game. Olivia McAdoo, and then Tamara Don, someone that was phenomenal in this game. Her coaching staff led by Elaine Brown, Mike Lee, the England libero, Nelson Marangwa, Pete Mikowski there today as well. And now we head over to hand out the medals to the champions. Boswells School from Chelmsford. A wonderful performance from them and their team.
To announce your gold medal winners for your under-18 girls final. The champions from Essex, make some noise for the Boswells School.
Their captain, Yasmin Baptiste, third one of these medals in a row. MVP of the final last year, phenomenal again today. Libero Sarah Ewan, fantastic, put her body on the line for it. Tilly Hutton, such a key force of this Boswells team. Robin Clifford, number 2, probably had the best game I've seen from her this year in the middle in this final, which is so important for this team. Maisie Watson, number 3, came in, had an impact on this game. Maisie Hornsby, fantastic in her performance. Lily Frost, number 5, came in, contributed off the bench. Amy Bean, someone that's been a big personality in the training environment for Boswells this year. Eliza Jarman, 3 titles in a row for her as well with this team. Esther Adesayan, a similar one, another one that's come through the Chelmsford ecosystem to win 3 medals in a row. Harriet Lee, her second medal of the weekend, having been on the bench yesterday in the Shield final for the women. Chloe Sylvester in the middle, and then Cheryl Manfredi Cruz, the backup libero for Boswells. The 3-man staff, head coached by Darren Lewis, another national title for him to add to his name. Andrew Tuck and Josh Chapman, the support service there. Wonderful for him to rely on. Oh,
What a game.
what a game. I'm shattered. And I've got to go and do another one in a second on the other court.
Alongside Cheryl, who has just been cheering along as well, so I hope her voice isn't too bad.
As we go to the awarding of the MVP. 13 kills, 6 aces.
From the Boswells School, your MVP, number
1, Tilly Hutton. A crazy performance, great in the pass, great on the first ball. Was the option that they went to over and over and over again offensively. Great off the service line. Just able to have a huge impact on this team, especially down the stretch as well. Key moments at the end of sets, just the person that they were able to rely on to get the kills in the front row, in the back row, score points from the service line. A fantastic performance from one of England's top players. And now we will see Yasmin Baptiste signing off her junior volleyball career by accepting and lifting the trophy. Your champions for the third year in a row, the Boswells School win it again. Thank you very much for joining us today. JC, one last word from you before you head off. I just want to say thank you for everything you've done. Become a really close friend.
I will mute you
as well as a
if
colleague.
You start making me cry.
And someone that I just love spending time with at these events. It's been a ride. You're going to go on and do great things with European triathlon, not British triathlon as everyone keeps saying to you. And I can't wait to see where your career on that side of things goes.
No, well, thank you very much, Alex. I appreciate spending that sensational game with you. You're always commentary beside me. Never got to do it on comms with you, so I thought for my last one, let's have a little bit of a yap. Let's have a little bit of a chat.
It was great fun, wasn't it? What a game.
Also, successfully, we didn't get cancelled, which was always our worry. But we didn't, because we are professional volleyball analysts now. I'm going to put on my CV that I've done commentary now. Mark Perkins, I'm coming for your job. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone watching as we have Boswells having a little bit of a boogie on court. Next up will be the men's Shield final on court 1 between Legends Volleyball Oldham and Dark Star Derbyshire, while on court 2, who are just checking the net height just to make sure they can get some blocks up, is the under 15 girls between Richmond and Newcastle staffs. I've been JC, I've been joined by Alex Ginnery, and a big thank you. We also may have said this a bit too soon. We might have Michael Hanson-Morris with an MVP interview, but I believe they're busting shapes too much. We may have Michael, though, grabbing them for a quick interview. I know Tilly will love this. Tilly always gives me a little bit of beef, but I know she will love being on comms. So I am just going to hand over to Michael now.
But I need 2 brave contestants to make their way to the court. Who would like to participate in our game? If no one volunteers, I want to come and grab you.
Pull off and put these under that service pressure and have the ace of the service to win the championship.
I definitely think that you have to have high confidence in that sort of moment. Because obviously it's quite tight score, tight pressure. But I think if you have high confidence in that moment, then obviously you'll have a great serve and then it'll go as planned. So yeah, it's really good.
And how much fun is it going against this team? It's a team you've battled highs and lows throughout the season, but how fun is it to go against that quality opposition, knowing they need to draw the best out of you for you to come out victorious?
I think it's amazing just to have a chance to go against them, because obviously they're really high level like class, and I think going against them it also allows us to compete with people at our level and just obviously enjoy the sport, which I think is the biggest thing. Yeah.
And honestly, you've got to talk about your team. It's such a team. You can see how close this group is. How much fun have you had this year? Kind of grown some chemistry because you've got some new faces in the group, and it's kind of been a building process.
Yeah, honestly, so much fun. I would do it all again if I would choose to. I love every single one of them girls so much, and yeah, it's just an amazing opportunity to be in this team.
Well, I'm sure you don't want to speak to me. You want to go do more dancing and parties.
Oh yeah, of course.
You are the MVP.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back in a minute on court 1. Next up, the men's field final, Dark Star Legends coming right up in the cup finals weekend.